Welcome everyone to Facebook Part 2, how to capture more leads using the Facebook Pixel. First, if you're interested in growing your business either through expireds, FSBOs, or dripping on clients, please check out past recordings that you can find at gmarino.valuedlender.com. Let me give you an idea of where those can be found. You go over here to this gmarino.valuedlender.com. Under the tab called Recorded Realtor Marketing Classes, you'll see classes on how to win every expired, how to win every for sale by owner. You'll see other classes here. So these are going to be where you can come and look at other classes. Terrific. Let's go back to our agenda. And what is our goal today? Our goal today here is to capture those that like our posts in Facebook, those people that see our ads in Facebook, but fail to fill in their contact information on our landing pages. Last class, we built landing pages. And I encourage you to go to that recorded class. It'd be class 7A. And it's going to help you design as well as create a free landing page. It took us less than 5 minutes to create each landing page at last class. What we want to do here is if people land on our landing page and they give us their name, their email, their phone number, we obviously want to help them. We want to provide them with the necessary information and see if we can't convert them into a buyer or into a seller. But what about all those people that read your post, click on your landing page, go there, or they look at your Facebook ad, they click on your Learn More button, they go to your landing page, but they don't fill out the landing page? There's probably hundreds of people that are going from a Facebook ad to the landing page and not filling them out. Well, the good news is we will be able to capture with the Facebook Pixel as well as with a custom audience all those that are landing on our landing pages but not filling them out, which then gives us another opportunity to try and get them to take an action step with us. It's called remarketing. So again, let's just real quickly summarize what we did last class, because then that'll help us as we move forward here in this class. So again, last class we built landing pages, and that will help those fill them out. So again, if somebody fills out one of your landing pages, you're on the phone to them, you're emailing them, you're trying to help them out. What we did in last class is we used an upside down pyramid approach to seeing how we could broaden our reach to tell people about our products and our services. So last class we talked about posting your activity, your listings, your open houses, your down payment assistance for up to $10,000 for buyers. What is your home worth? Giving them free reports, 90 things you shouldn't neglect when selling your home. And each one of these posts that we did last week came with landing pages. We're not just interested in letting them know about our most recent listing or that we're having an open house. If they're interested in that house or in the down payment assistance or knowing what their home is worth, we want them to click on the landing page and we want them to fill in their name, email, and their phone number. The other thing we did last class is we created those free landing pages. And I encourage you to go back to that recorded class under the gmarino.valuedlender site and learn more about how you can create these free landing pages. Also, at last class, we did what's called daily posting of commercials to our business page with your landing page link in the post. We always did, we uploaded our photo first, and you were given 5 Facebook posting templates. Let me just refresh your memory on what those looked like. Here was one where we said, if given $10,000 today, would you buy a home tomorrow? Kind of interesting. You uploaded an image of $10,000. And you notice here in the middle is a blue link to our landing page. We also worked on, if you could buy a home for 1% of the purchase price plus down payment assistance funds, would you consider purchasing? Again, we have our blue link here for our landing page, something that we would post on a Tuesday. On a Wednesday, we might post, get your free report on 90 things you can't neglect when selling your home. Again, we have our blue link to our landing page such that if people want to get that free report, they click on it, they give us their name, their email, and their phone number. On a Thursday, you might post, what is your home worth? Are you curious as to what homes in your neighborhood are selling for? More importantly, are you curious as to what your home is worth? We have the blue link to the landing page where they can give us their name, their email, and their phone number, and we can provide them with a CMA report. And then here's just different versions of that, what is your home worth? But on a Friday, we also posted at the last class, how to buy a 4-unit owner-occupied building for only 3.5% down. Not 20%, not 25% down, but 3.5% down. And for those that would like to learn more about how to do that, we had this blue link. That was our landing page where they can give us their name, their email, and their phone number. So again, these are your commercials. My point here is that you walk away from today's class and understand, once these are in your Facebook business page as well as in your personal page, it's very easy to copy the text because it already has your landing page blue link in there and just change up the image. But you should be every morning for 2 minutes doing the $10,000, doing the 1%, doing the what is your home worth, providing them with a free report. If you do this for 2 minutes every day, every week, you start to brand yourself as the realtor that has $10,000. You're the realtor that can help people buy a home for 1%. You're the realtor that can help them find out what their home is worth. But if you don't do this, you're not getting your message out there. You're not letting people know that you have these products and services. So again, let's go back to our agenda. So again, we posted, these 5 different posts last class. Then we reposted the same commercials in your personal side of Facebook. Remember, we did them in the business page first, and now we're going to do them again in the personal side. That was last class. Then we shared your post. Now we're trying to get out from only, say, 50 people seeing our posts in Facebook. Because again, whether on the business side, whether on the personal side, there's probably no more than 50 people who are going to see those posts. So how do we get beyond 50 people? We need to share those posts. And there's a share button under each one of your posts. In last class, we talked about joining up with groups. I'm in probably over a dozen to maybe 16 different groups. There's garage sales, there's home buyers, there's all sorts of different groups that you can become members of, you can ask to become members of. And then when you do your posts each week, share them with your groups, share them with your garage sales, share them with your home buyer pages. Then the next step in order to get your message out is to start targeting friends and your customer database. Your customer database should be anybody that you bought or sold real estate with. You should be friending them on Facebook. They should be somebody that you can further stay in contact with. They can see your posts, etc. Because it might not be them, it might be a family member, it might be a son or a daughter. And what are we going to do when we target friends or our customer database? You're going to use Messenger to send 30 messages a day with your landing page link at no cost. Obviously, if you just send messages through Messenger, through Facebook, it does not cost you anything. You're going to copy and paste the text from your post. Let's just use that $10,000 as the example. If you were to copy the text that said, if given $10,000 today, would you be willing to purchase a home tomorrow? To find out more information about how you can qualify for $10,000, click this link. That's the message that I would be copying and I would be pasting into Messenger. What I do is I would copy and paste it first onto a Word document, copy it, and paste 30 times into 30 different friends' Messenger. What a great free way to get your message out there. Now, I have over 3,000 friends in Facebook. So for me to do 30 a day, it's going to take me like 100 days in order that I get that message out there. But that is a great way for you to broadcast your message and get it out to thousands of your friends over a period of time. Then each day, I want you to broaden your database on Facebook, which means I want you to ask no more than 20 friends a day. And I say friends, friends of friends, to be your friend. You already have several hundred, 1,000 people that are your friend. But each day, if you were to go into, say, if Hector Martin was my friend and I went to Hector's Facebook page and I were to see then you can see all of your friends' friends, and I would look to see anybody who looks like they're old enough to be purchasing a home, not their children, but anybody who's an adult friend of theirs that could be in the marketplace to be purchasing a home, and I would be asking them to be my friend. The reason I say don't do more than 20, because if you start doing much more than that, Facebook's computer will think that you're spamming people and they will give you a warning or shut down your account temporarily. Then we did last week, we created a Facebook ad for your product to be seen by thousands with your landing page. So again, we were broadening who was going to see our product and service. We did a post, 50 people saw it. We shared it, probably got out to 400, 500, 600 people. Then we did an ad, and now the ad is getting us out there to thousands of people, which again is a great way, for a very inexpensive way, to shout out our products and our services. What do? I do one ad a week. I spend about anywhere from $35 to $70 each week. Even if you did $35, which is $5 a day for 7 days in a week, that's $35. You're talking 35 first week. I'm up to $70 the second week, and by the end of the month, I'm up to $140. So I spend about $140 every month on Facebook ads, making sure that I'm broadening my approach, making sure that I'm getting to thousands of people. And then the important thing here is that then I'm utilizing, and that's what today's class is all about, utilizing retargeting with the Facebook pixel and with custom audiences for those that were not interested in filling out my landing page. They actually clicked on that blue link. That blue link was our landing pages. And they clicked on it, but they said, oh, I know what Glen's up to. He wants my name. He wants my email. He wants my phone number. I'm not willing to do that today. And the key word is not today. Because in remarketing, we have 3 additional approaches to remarketing to help them, encourage them to take an action step, for them to click on our landing page and give us that name, that email and phone number, or even just contact us because they would like more information. So that's the introduction to today's class. We're going to be talking about the Facebook pixel and how that's going to help us capture those that do not fill out the landing page, but they've gone there. And typically what I've seen is it usually is hundreds of people per Facebook ad that ends up going to the landing page but doesn't fill it out. I want those people in an audience. I want to be able to contact them and to further see if I can get them to take action. So let's start out with, what is the Facebook pixel? Again, a lot of people have asked me, Glen, I don't understand the Facebook pixel. Well, it's pretty easy. The Facebook pixel is a code. And I'm going to show you where everybody has a Facebook pixel because Facebook gives it to you. We just have to click on a couple of different buttons and it's created with our name on it. The Facebook pixel is a code that you're going to copy and paste, place it on your website. And when it says on your website, that means on your landing page. Every one of your landing pages is a website. So don't get confused here. A landing page is a website. So it says it collects data. The Facebook pixel collects data. It collects people who land on our website, land on our landing page, and it helps you track conversions from Facebook ads. Well, conversions are, you run a Facebook ad, people click, say, a learn more button. They want to learn more about what you're advertising. But Facebook doesn't care whether or not they fill out your landing page. Once they click and land on your landing page, Facebook collects their contact information. What it really does is, if you look deeper within Facebook, each one of us has a 16-digit Facebook ID. What Facebook is doing is it's capturing this 16-digit Facebook ID and putting those into a separate custom audience for us, so we can remarket a new ad to them and encourage them to take action. The Facebook Pixel, again, will track conversions from Facebook ads. It optimizes ads, which means that it helps you go after those people that landed on there but didn't take any action yet. It helps you build targeted audiences for future ads. That's what I call the remarketing. And the Facebook Pixel will help you remarket to people who have already taken some kind of action. When they say some kind of action, means they were interested in real estate. They were interested enough to click on your landing page. So it's not like it's just anybody that was interested in a boat or a car. They were interested in real estate and getting down payment assistance, or knowing what their home is worth, or knowing 90 things they shouldn't neglect when selling. They had an interest in, they took some action. They just didn't finish the action by giving us their contact information. So that's really what the Facebook Pixel is. And we're going to find that code and we're going to put it inside your landing pages today. Let's take a look at the steps, I call it the 4-step schematic on how to set up a Facebook ad with using a pixel. So again, let's go over here and let's take a look at this schematic. Okay, it says Facebook posting and ad steps to get leads. Again, remember we said we're going to do a Facebook business page post. We're going to do that every day, and it's going to take us less than 2 minutes to do that. Only 5% of the people that are, let's say, friends of ours are going to see it. I say that's about 50 people each time you post. So you're going to do that daily. It's going to take you about 2 minutes to do that. I call it your commercial. Great, and we saw the examples there. Then we're going to also do the same thing. We're going to repost it in our personal timeline. Then what we're going to do is we're going to share it to groups. In my case, I share it to realtor groups, garage sales, home buyer groups. So there's all sorts of groups out there. I'm probably, again, in 12 to 16 different groups. And it helps me to get my message from 50 people to, say, 600 people on a daily basis. But now I still want to get more exposure. I want to get beyond 50 and 600. I want more exposure. I want it to be in the thousands. So what do I have to do? I have to create an ad for a bigger audience. So step one, we need to create a landing page, which again, in the previous class, we learned how to do that. So again, go to that gmarino.valuedlender.com site and learn how to create a landing page in 5 minutes. So for those that fill it out, what are you going to do? You're going to help them. They gave you their name, they gave you their email and phone number, you're going to help them. For those that don't, I call them looky-loos, they're looking at it, but they don't fill out the landing page. Well, I want to capture them in a custom audience. I want to have an audience that I can go back to them and say, hey, do you really understand the benefits of home ownership? Hey, do you understand that $10,000 could be yours if you have a 640 or better credit score and you make less than $109,200? What are you waiting for? So I'm gonna try and remarket to those people, seeing if I can get them to take action. So creating the landing page is number one. Step two, you're going to put the Facebook pixel in the landing page. We're going to paste it in there. I'm going to show you that in a little bit. Then what we're going to do is we're going to create a custom audience in Facebook such that Facebook can then start dropping people in there that land on our landing page. Whether they fill it out or not, Facebook's going to put them into this custom audience. And then step 4, then we're going to create the Facebook ad. And, that is going to be the creative part of it. But, we're not going to do the Facebook ad until we've put the pixel into the landing page and we've created this custom audience. Very cool. So again, going back to our agenda. So then we're going to, let's take a look at the remarketing. So let's set the stage again. We created that Facebook ad after we had the landing page, put the pixel inside of it, created the custom audience, and now it's a week later, it's 2 weeks later, it's a month later, depends on how long you run your ad. And now you've got hundreds of people sitting in this custom audience. Well, now I want to remarket to them. Remarket means I'm going to create new ads to them. So see if I can't get them to take some sort of action. So again, I'm going to be, let's look at what I call the remarketing worksheet. And it looks like I call it a baseball diamond. Here's home plate here. This is first base, second base, third base. And what we're going to do is, and again, maybe I can give you an even better example here. Home plate is where we did our initial ad. The audience size was 1.4 million in this example. And oh, by the way, this is a listing that was on Chicago Road. It was for $165,900. The ad that we set up was designed, it had 1,400,000 people in it. We reached 1,477 people. Not bad. Again, we only ran it for a week because you remember the cost? I said $5 a day for 7 days, $35. It was $34.93. But the people that clicked to the landing page was 503 people. That's 503 people that had some level of interest in real estate. Wouldn't you like to continue to talk to them? I don't know about you, but in sales, you don't always get the sale on the first conversation. You're not necessarily going to get the sale on the first Facebook ad. But if we have an ability to capture those people that had an interest, took some action on a real estate related ad, I'd like to subsequently talk to those people. So what we're going to do is, you notice here, we've got the audience. Here's remarketing to this custom audience. There's 503 people in it. I'm going to put the 503 as my audience size. In fact, for remarketing ad number 2, the audience size is 503. For remarketing ad number 3, the audience size is 503. I'm going to continue to talk to these 503 people and see if I can't get them to take some action. Again, the budget, I might do $5 a day for 7 days, and that's $35. And the strategy, well, it depends on what the initial ad was for. If this was for a listing, maybe my remarketing is letting them see the virtual tour, maybe sending them to the virtual tour in my remarketing and see if they would like to request a showing, giving them a link that they can fill out their name, their email, and their phone number and get and request a showing. So that might be an option for remarketing ad number 1 if it was a listing. If it was for, say, someone who clicked on the ad because we were advertising that we've got $10,000 available for down payment assistance to help make you a homeowner, maybe my remarketing number 1 might be, would you like to learn how to purchase a home for 1% of the purchase price if given $10,000? So I've already talked about $10,000 in the initial ad at home plate, but now I'm trying to convince, let them know that with that $10,000, maybe they can buy the house for as little as 1% of the purchase price. To find out more, click this link. It goes to a new landing page. They give the name, the email, the phone number, and we follow up. So remarketing is just a fancy term for doing 1, 2, 3 additional ads in Facebook, if necessary, against this database of custom audience people. So again, we'll go into this in greater detail, and I'll show you how we're going to create that later on in this class. So again, going back to our agenda. So we really have to start out with the pixel. Because again, we last class learned how to do the landing pages. Well, the landing pages need to have a Facebook pixel inside of it. Think of the Facebook pixel not only being code, but it's kind of like a beeper that's just sitting inside our landing pages. And when people land on it, the beeper goes off. And it says, great, you landed here. I'm putting you into this custom audience over there. Another one comes along, it beeps, it puts the 16-digit Facebook ID into that custom audience. So how do we create a Facebook pixel? Well, we go to Events Manager. And then we're going to click this green Connect Data Sources. So let's do that. Let's go to Facebook and let's go to Events Manager and let's look for our green Connect Data Sources. It's going to say select the Facebook pixel and click Connect. And then you're going to add your pixel name. I'm just going to jump down here. The pixel should be named your first name, your last name. Well, my first name is Glen, my last name is Marino. So my pixel that you're going to see later on here is called Glen Marino's pixel. If you're Ronaldo Ruiz, it's going to be called Ronaldo Ruiz pixel, and you're going to be able to use that. Hello, Ronaldo. So let's go to Events Manager, and then let's find the green plus sign to connect, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to go over here to Facebook. It says go over here to Events Manager. I get there through Ads Manager. We're a little bit slow here. And if we're slow, I may move the computer closer to the router. So if you guys would just hang on one quick second here. It's moving, but it's moving very slowly. Hang on one quick second here. I guess I'll stay with you here. It's moving, but if it continues to be slow, I'm going to move the computer closer to the router. And what we're looking for is you're going to click on this. See this checkerboard square? It's all the business tools are here. So you're going to click on the business tools. And then what you're going to do is, remember it said go to Events Manager. And once we go to Events Manager, see the little green plus sign over here? Connect the data sources. So let's click on that. And then what it says to do in the agenda, which I'm going to be sending out to you guys, it says come over here and click on Web. But you notice I'm getting a red circle with a line through it. You read up above here, it says you can only create one pixel per account. So I already have a Glen Marino pixel, so it's not going to let me create it, but I just wanted to show you guys where you're going to click that green plus sign, and then you're going to click Web, and then it's going to take you to where it's going to say create pixel, and then you're going to name your pixel, your first name, your last name, okay? So that's as easy as it is to create the pixel. It is not difficult. You're going to click this green plus button. You're going to click Web. It's going to take you to create pixel. It's going to ask you to name it, and you're done. So I've got a pixel. You're going to have a pixel. Let's move forward from there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to, let's go back over here to the agenda. And again, we talked about naming the pixel. Now, let's find the pixel if you've already created it. Well, that's me, and that's going to be you on every subsequent. Once you create it, it's your one and done, by the way. You never have to create it again. So it's create your pixel and you're done. But now every time you do a Facebook ad, and here's my goal again, big picture. I'm hoping that you guys, every time you guys have a listing, you'll create a property website, which is going to be your landing page. And I'll show you that in a second. And if your property website is your property website, you can create it, or you can have a virtual assistant, which we'll talk about later on, create it for you. You can also have agent marketing set up where once it's in the MLS, you can sync your MLS to agent marketing, that once you do your normal entry of a listing into the multiple listing service, it can automatically then notify agent marketing that you've got a listing. They'll pull the pictures, they'll pull all the data out and create a property website for you. All right, but then we need to put, I'm going to show you how that becomes a landing page for you if it's a listing. So how do you find your Facebook pixel if you've already created? We're going to go to events, and we're going to go to data sources, and we're going to go to add events. So let's do that. Let's go back over here to Facebook. We're going to go to, we clicked on these business, so it said go to Events Manager. It then said go to data sources, which here we are, we're at data sources. That's what this is showing us, data sources. It said click on add events. So I'm going to click on add events. The agenda, again, you're going to get a copy of it. The agenda then says click from a new website. And let's read this. Add this pixel to a new website. The new website is your landing page. Remember, landing page is our website. We just created a landing page and we want to put the pixel inside it. So add this pixel to a new website to start sending events to it. Okay, every time somebody lands on our landing page, that's an event, and we want that put into our custom audience. So click on from a new website. Then your agenda says manually add the pixel to your website. Okay, so I want to click on install the code manually. Remember we said the pixel is a code, and we're going to put that code inside our landing page. So install the code manually. I just clicked on it. And then it has a couple of steps. Step one, copy the base code. Well, I don't know about you, but it's very hard for me to read it. I know that it's in HTML format, and I'm not a computer programmer, so I don't really care what it says. All I know is there's a nice big green copy code. And I'm going to copy the code. Okay. And once I copy the code, it's going to say then paste the code to your website. Okay, so let's go back to the agenda. Where are we going to copy this now? So if we go back to the agenda, we did all these things. We clicked it from a new website. We clicked install the code manually. We said click on the green copy code, and then we're going to paste it into your website, which is your landing page. So where to paste the Facebook pixel in your agent marketing landing pages? We've got two choices. One is if you're using the property website, if you have a listing, you're going to use a property website as your landing page to capture buyer leads. So what we're going to do is we're going to click Tools, then Analytics, and we're going to paste in your pixel. We'll come back here and we'll take a look at if we're not doing a listing for a Facebook ad, but rather maybe we're doing the 90 things report, the 90 things you shouldn't neglect when selling your home. If you wanted to do an ad on something like that, and you had a landing page, one of the 9 landing pages in agent marketing. Again, we created this last class. You can see how we created this. We're going to go to that landing page and we're going to put the pixel inside there. But let's first do this, that we're going to paste the pixel inside the property website for a listing to capture buyer leads. Okay, cool. So let's go over to agent marketing. And here's agent marketing. And again, I want to give you an idea of how we make this a landing page. So the first thing we're going to do is, once your property is created as a property website, once your listing is in a property website, all you have to do to make it a landing page is you're going to click on info. Then you have these tabs up on top here: set up property website, click on website. You're going to scroll down to where it says pop-up controls. Under pop-up controls, you're initially, when you see it, it's going to come up as none. It's going to look like this. Okay, so you just create your property website, the pop-up controls, there are none. However, if you come over here, you can either make, the pop-up form is a landing page, fancy term for landing page. You can make it optional, or you can make it required. I typically like, when I'm doing a Facebook ad, I want it to be required. In order for them to see the property, I want it to be required that they fill out their name, email, and phone number. So I click required. When I do, it comes back with a greeting and the form to display and a thank you. You can read those at your leisure. But the important thing is, after you click required, make sure you hit save. Okay, so I'm back here to my properties, and we just did this on Starwood Drive. So let's just click on Starwood as if we're going to it to see the property website. It's also when you do a Facebook ad, when they click the Learn More button in Facebook, the Facebook ad, it's going to take them to the property website. So let's go to the property website. And do you notice, yeah, in the background is the picture. It's blurred out, but here is your landing page. Thank you for visiting 137 Starwood. Please fill out the form, the name, the first name, last name, phone, email. You have to fill in the anti-spam, the word fork in this case, and you click stay updated. With that, it's going to allow somebody inside this property. Now, what we're going to do though is we want to make sure that we get our pixel inside this landing page. So we just set it up, right? We went from the pop-up form under the pop-up form, if you click info or the added pencil and you go to website and you go from pop-up from none to either optional or required, we'll give you your landing page. Now we want to put the pixel inside there. So how do we do that? Well, what we're going to do here is, it says go to tools. And then it says go to analytics. Analytics is the third one down here on the right-hand side. Click analytics. And do you see where it says analytics code? Fancy term for paste in your Facebook pixel code here. So I'm going to paste in. Notice it says here end Facebook pixel code. That's a good thing. I'm going to move my little bar on the right-hand side up, and it says at the beginning Facebook pixel code. So I know that I've got it from the very beginning all the way down to the very end, because it says end Facebook pixel code. So I now know that I have put inside my landing page the Facebook pixel code. So I'm going to hit save. Very cool. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is go back to the agenda. So now we've been able to create the Facebook pixel, we copied it, and we put it inside our landing page. So again, let's go back to where we were with Facebook. And we did step 1, we copied the code. Step 2, we pasted the code. And now what we're going to do is there's a continue button. And I'm just going to go through, but we're really not going to do anything. We've done all that we really need to do. So don't get overly excited about what do I do on these pages that say continue. Facebook automatically puts the advanced matching button on for you, in which it says, hey, if I see that the person has got an email, a phone number, and that's going to help me match that up for you and put it into your custom audience. They're going to bring that over into the custom audience. So all I ever do is I just leave these defaults as is. I hit continue, and then it even says, would you like to add events using the event setup tool? This is more for a retail operation. Like if they wanted to have, if somebody goes to a shopping cart, they would have additional events that would trigger somebody to go into the custom audience. Again, in the real estate part of it, we don't need this at all. So I do not click on open the event setup tool. I'm just basically done. I click out of it and I'm done. So once again, we've created the Facebook pixel. We created the landing page in agent marketing by clicking on the pop-up form, saving required. And then we went to our tools button and we, under the analytics tab, we pasted in the pixel code. Pretty cool. Again, so let's go back and see where we are here. Okay, then let's also show you where do you paste the Facebook pixel if you're not using a property website. Say you were just working on the 90 things report. Again, we're going to go then to squeeze pages within agent marketing. We're going to find or create the landing page, which again, we created this landing page last week. And then we're going to click the options button, scroll down to optional HTML tracking code, and paste in your pixel. Let's put this into English. Let's show you how it works. So if I again go back to agent marketing, and here's agent marketing, and I'm under Jake Kiltz's agent marketing account, and all the landing pages are under leads. So I'm going to click the leads tab, and not this landing pages, but we want squeeze pages. So my agenda here says click squeeze pages. It's going to show you all the landing pages you've created. Remember working on the 90-step report? So it said either create this or find it that this is the one you've created. It said click the options button. You see edit options stats, click the options button. And then it said scroll down, and I don't want to go too fast. You've got all these little items here, but it wants you to scroll down to optional HTML tracking code. Put your cursor in here and paste. And there's the end of the Facebook pixel code. There's the beginning of the Facebook pixel code. And then what you would do is you would hit save. Very cool. Considering that this is my Facebook pixel code, I'm not going to put it inside Jake's, but Jake would want to put his own pixel code in there. So I'm just going to cancel out of that. So now you know how to put it inside a listing, agent marketing property website. Now you know how to put it inside any of your multiple landing pages that we created in the last class. So feel free to go back to those landing pages that you've created or watch the class create landing pages and now paste in your Facebook pixel code in there. Very good. Going back to the agenda. So, okay, so now let's do the work. Let's capture buyers for a listing. So we're going to actually create this Facebook ad, and we're going to put the pixel in there, and we're going to see how we can start capturing people in a custom audience. So again, what I would do is we're going to use your property website as your landing page to capture more buyers. You're going to advertise your listing to thousands of people with a Facebook ad that click to your landing page, meaning to your property website, wanting to see more pictures, the virtual tour, what's nearby in the neighborhood. You're going to capture probably anywhere from 100 to 300 people in a custom audience to remarket to. So what you're going to do is you're going to click the edit button, then the website, then the pop-up form, and click the required to create the landing page. Well, We know we just did that. We know how to do that. So again, if I come over here to our cheat sheet, we created that landing page within Agent Marketing. It's the property website itself. We went to the pop-up form, we clicked the required, and we hit save. You've created the landing page. Then what we did was we went to our Facebook pixel, and we then pasted. We did the manually install the pixel. We went to analytics, and we pasted it, our Facebook pixel, inside the property website, which is now our landing page. So the third step is going to be to create the custom audience. So again, let's go back here to our agenda. And it says here, now that we pasted our landing, we pasted the pixel inside the property website. Now that the landing page is created, the Facebook pixel created, and it's installed on the landing page, it's time to create the custom audience. I've given you probably more than you need to know here. I just highlighted that there's more than one type of an audience in Facebook. They're called saved audiences. Today we're going to work on custom audiences, which is landing page visitors, people that visit our landing page, and there's lookalike audiences. But today, let's just focus on landing page visitors. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to your home page within Facebook. We're going to click on the Ads Manager, then the Business Tools, then Audiences, and then select Custom Audiences to create an audience. And we're going to select Website as our source. We're going to select people who visited a specific web page within Facebook. Again, this all makes sense once I show it to you. What this means is people who visited a specific web page, or people who visited our landing page. A specific web page is our landing page. So we're telling Facebook, hey, select people who visit my landing page, visit my website that has my I want to put into this custom audience. Facebook has a retention. It starts out at 30 days, but you can go up to 180 days of anyone who visits that property website for the next 180 days. Facebook will put them into your custom audience. I recommend you go all the way to 180 days, that if anyone is combing the internet and is looking and they find your property website and they click on the property website link, let's continue to grow the number of people in our custom audience. So retention's 180 days, and then copy and paste in the URL of your property website from Agent Marketing into the URL box that Facebook is asking for. Facebook is asking, so tell me, give me the specific web page. And you're going to copy from Agent Marketing the URL of the property website and put it inside Facebook. Then you're going to name your audience. And I typically name the audience the address of my listing. If my listing is 1160 Biscay, I typically say 1160 Biscay property website visitors. And then there's a green create audience button. So let's go, and I've given you a pictorial down here of what it is that we're going to do when we create the custom audience. So let's go back to Facebook and let's start the process of going to Ads Manager, Business Tools, and then Audiences, and let's create our custom audience. So if we go over here to Facebook, and again, if we go to Ads Manager, it's going to bring us to this page here. It said click on Business Tools, and you notice a lot of the shortcuts. Right here is what we want. We want Audiences. So we're going to click on Audiences. And once we're at Audiences, and these are different audiences that I've created in the past, custom, 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 saved, custom, custom. So I've done quite a few custom audiences before because I like capturing people. I like capturing leads. And Facebook, just so you know, will not show you the size of your custom audience until it gets over 1,000. Well, I never expect it to be over 1,000. You know, if I'm going out for an ad for a week and I'm getting in front of 1,500 people, I might get 100 to 300 people. As you saw in that one earlier in the class, that one realtor got as much as 540 people that were in their custom audience. So it's kind of a cool thing, but you won't see the number until it gets over 1,000. So now we want to create an audience. Okay, so I'm going to click create the audience. And again, remember all these different audiences that I showed you on the agenda. We want a custom audience. So click on custom. In our agenda, it says choose a custom audience source. Choose website as your source. What is the website? It's your landing page. What is the landing page? If it's a listing, it's your agent marketing property website. We're using the website as a landing page, and we pasted the pixel inside there. So let's go to website. Again, I'm gonna make let's go to the next step. So we've got our source is the website. Click next. And here's where, again, in reading our agenda instructions, it already pre-fills in the source. If we're telling Facebook, if this landing page has the Glen Marino pixel in it, and we said we don't want all website visitors, we want people who visit a specific web page. So that's what we want, people who visit a specific web page, and that's in the pictorial, that's in the image that's on the agenda that I'm going to be sending to everyone. Remember I said the retention should be 180 days, that for the next 180 days, you want to capture leads. So take out the default of 130, put in 180. And then it's saying, and contains at least one of these values. Well, what it is, it's the URL. We want the URL right here to be pasted in here. So let's leave this alone. Let's go over here to agent marketing. Let's go to properties. I'm going to use 1160 Biscay Court for this particular ad. Let's first make sure that the pixel, Facebook pixel, is inside the Biscay Court. So let's go over here to tools. Remember we said go to analytics, and there's the code that needs to be pasted in there. There's our Facebook pixel code, and hit save. Cool. So now our landing page has the pixel code inside it. It also wants, where we left off in Facebook, is Facebook wants the URL, the name of our Facebook property website. Well, it happens to be 1160biscay.tourthisgreathome.com. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go back over here to Facebook. Remember we said people who visited a specific website, we did 180 days. So now paste in the website, click the blue link. And so now what you're telling Facebook is if this website is visited by anyone and this website has the Glen Marino pixel in it, I want you to put it into this custom audience. So let's keep moving down the line here. Then says, do you want to further refine it? I don't use this further refine, but I do create an audience name. Remember what I said? I usually typically name it the address of the property, 1160 Biscay property. You can call it landing page visitors. And today, property website. And I'm going to call it visitors 2 because I already have one called visitors. So I'll do visitors 2. You can go up to 50 characters to name it. The description is optional. I don't use it. And now you've got this big blue, green, create the audience button. And that's what our agenda said to do. Click create the audience. I'm creating it. It says your custom audience was created. It may take a few minutes for us to finish matching your customers to people on Facebook. You can check the status in Audience Manager. So it wants to know, do you want to create a lookalike audience? Well, one of the things that you'll find out that when you do real estate ads, Facebook does not allow you to do a lookalike audience. We do want to create an ad, but not yet at this point, or do we want to create another custom audience? I just typically will click done. Notice it's added my 1160 Biscay website visitors 2. That was the custom audience that we just created, and it's pending. You know, your audience will be available in about 2 to 3 days after its creation. So it's ready. It's got a green light. That's the important thing, meaning it's ready to accept people who now land on the landing page, but don't fill it out. So how are we going to get people excited? Let's now go to the last step in our cheat sheet, and that is in our schematic. And it says, now let's create the ad. Because we created the landing page, the property website. We click that required form and hit save. We put the Facebook pixel inside the landing page because we went to analytics and we saved the pixel in there. We just created the custom audience. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create the ad. And here at the ad, we're going to tease them by giving them not all the pictures. We're going to tease them by saying for more pictures, for the virtual tour, for the price, because we're not going to give them the price. Click the learn more button. So there's really 3 things we're going to do. We're going to give them some ideas to bedrooms and bathrooms. We're going to give them some a headline, something that's really extremely interesting about the property, that it's a diamond in the rough, or newly rehabbed, or something that you think is very extra special about the property. And then we're going to put in the click learn more. So let me just give you an idea of what I just said there. Here's an example of a Facebook ad. So here's what we did. We gave this realtor gave them the bedrooms and the bathrooms, a needle in a haystack, diamond in the rough. Click learn more for additional pictures, virtual tour, price, and location. Since then, we've started to give the location. So this is going to be a 4-bedroom, 2-bath in whatever town it's in. The reason for that is, you want the people that are going to be clicking on your property to at least be interested in real estate in that area. I mean, most realtors farm a particular neighborhood. And so if you're on the north side of Chicago, you don't necessarily want to be going out to the south side of Chicago. Vice versa, if you're on the south side of Chicago, you don't necessarily want to be traipsing up to the north side. So we're going to let them know where the property is located. But as far as all the pictures and the virtual tour and the price, we want them to click the learn more button. When they click learn more, they'll be taken to the property website. Down will come the landing page saying, thanks for visiting. Please fill in your name, your email, your phone number, and have a wonderful visit of this property. Some people will fill out their name, email, and phone number, and some people may not. And Facebook doesn't care whether they fill it out or not. They're going to put them into a custom audience. So with this in mind, let's go back here to our agenda. We created the audience. Now we're going to create the ad, like I said, by going to your Facebook homepage, and we're going to click the plus sign that's up in the upper right corner. And the key here is not to give them all the pictures as we just talked about. Just one good picture of the front of the house. Do not give them the virtual tour nor the price. I would give them the location to make sure you're getting leads in your farming neighborhood. Get the Learn More button above the fold. Make sure that it stays above the picture. And then they get all the pictures, they get the virtual tour, they get the price once they've filled out the landing page. A week or two or a month later, depending upon how long you run this ad, you can see the number of leads that have been captured in your custom audience, and you can begin to remarket. Remember I said it's like a baseball diamond. You got first base, second base, and third base. You'll be able to remarket ad number 1. You can then do remarket ad number 2 a week later. You can do remarket ad number 3 2 weeks later to those leads with additional Facebook ads. Okay, so let's go first and create this ad. So I'm going to come over here to Facebook. It said, go to the plus sign. So let me just move this out of the way for a second. See the plus sign up here? That's your create button. Click create. And what we want to do is we want to create an ad. So waiting for Facebook, here it is, create an ad, so click on it. Now that we're creating the ad, the first thing it's going to ask us is to choose an objective. And I typically choose traffic. I'm trying to get traffic to come to my landing page. So I'm going to fill in traffic. And let's continue down here. And then it says, name your campaign. Well, my campaign is going to be $11.60 Biscay Court. We can call it property website visits 2. Okay, and I want in every ad in Facebook, there's subsets. The campaign is at the top level, the ad set is underneath that, and the ad is underneath that. I don't want to change the name within the ad set or the ad, so I'm just going to copy what I just did here, and I'm going to name the ad set the same thing as 1160 Biscay, and then I'm going to name the ad the same thing. Okay, so now that I've named the campaign, the ad set, and the ad, I can hit continue. If you notice again, there's 3 bars here. First one is your campaign. This is your ad set. This is your ad. We're in the blue section called the campaign. So the campaign name is there. Now, special ad categories, it'll always apply when we're doing real estate. If you fail to ever click on this, Facebook will recognize that by the words you're using, the images you're using, that it's a real estate related ad, and it will decline to approve your ad. So over here it says no categories declared. Click on it and you're going to go to housing. Click on housing. When you do housing, you're going to find out that your geographic location is, say you choose a particular city. Let's say it's Naperville, Illinois. The circumference around Naperville cannot exceed 15 miles. So you'll see that Facebook will only allow you up to 15. You used to be able to go up to 50 miles, but not if it's a housing. Secondly, it will not allow you to change the age. The age is anybody from 18 to 65, 65 plus. It will not allow you to change the gender. You cannot just make your ad specific to a woman or to a man. It's all genders that can see the ad. So that's what happens when you choose housing. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come down here. We're not looking to do an A/B test. We're not looking to do budget optimization. So with that, just hit next. And with that, now we've dropped down into the second level, which is now the ad set. That's where our blue is now. And the ad set name is 1160 Biscay. Cool. It says, I see that your goal is to have traffic. Choose where you want to drive it. It's a website. It says you will enter more details about the destination, meaning your website, later. So when we're creating the ad in the third level of this, that's when it's going to ask us to paste in the URL of the landing page, the website. The next thing we do is we go to the budget. The daily budget, I would not start out with $20. I would start out with $5 until you get more comfortable with Facebook. So let's go $5 a day. And then the schedule is, and Facebook is pretty smart. You need to put an end date in there. They don't have it set up. If you don't put an end date, they're going to run your ad and take approximately $5 a day forever. So yes, it's starting on March 26th. You might want to even move this time up to where it's a little later. Then let's go over here to set an end date, month, day, year. Well, March 26th is today, so a week from today is going to be, you look at a Google Calendar, it's going to be the 2nd of April. Okay. So let's go over here and we're going to put in 04/02/2021. Oh, I could have just used their calendar. So let's go over here to April 2nd. And we're good with it ending. So now it's only 7 days. So we know that the most we're going to spend is $35. Audience, are we creating a new audience or are we using a saved audience? Let's create a new audience. What I would be doing is looking at location. Again, the default within Facebook ads is the whole United States. Well, we don't want the whole United States. That means that's 230 million people that's in our pool. We're not trying to advertise to New Mexico. So let's X out of the United States and let's add let's add there it is, search locations. I want to go to Naperville, Illinois. And once Facebook finds it, click on the blue link and it brings it up and it places it on our map. Notice it says 15 miles. I mean, you can make it less, but you can't make it more because it's a housing. So this seems, and again, if you wanted to try and capture people maybe from Chicago, if I hear from my realtor friends that people are leaving the downtown area and they're moving out to the suburbs. So maybe what we do then is we got one circle, see where this drop pin is? If you left click it and then move it up, you can drop it. And if I drop it about here, and it's going to do 15 miles around, it's probably going to then capture people up through the lakefront here. So I'll just put it about right here. And as you guys can see now, I've got don't want to take away the circles. Now I've captured everybody from the lakefront all the way out to Aurora. And my population is 4,500,000 people. Okay, it's just an estimate. And again, remember what we talked about as far as age, 18 to 65 plus, can't change it. Won't let me. Gender, can't change it. There's no edit buttons. Detailed targeting, I would leave it alone, because again, only people who are interested in real estate should be clicking on your ad. So let's, or if you wanted to, let me just give you an idea. You could go over here and you could make it more specific by clicking on here and saying people who have an interest in, if you typed in the word real estate, okay? And see where it says they're interested in real estate? Click on that. And it drops us down to 1,400,000 people. It's up to you. You could leave it at the 4,000,005, where you're going to be capturing people who haven't really identified within their Facebook profile that they're interested in real estate, or these are the 1,000,004. It's more targeted. We'll leave it at that today. See how we do. So now you've got 1,000,004 people who are between the lakefront in Chicago out to Aurora, Illinois, that are interested in real estate. Cool. Let's go to the next step. Then it says placement, automatic placement. Leave it alone at recommended, meaning that Facebook's going to place your ad when Facebook is busiest. It is busiest first thing in the morning when people get up before going to work to see what's going on in their Facebook world. It's busiest at lunchtime when people are on lunch break, communicating with each other and seeing what other people have posted. And then it's busiest in the evening after dinner because everybody's looking at, what's going on within Facebook. That's when your ads are going to be run until you get $5 worth of clicks. Now, what kind of clicks do you want? Well, here I would change it to landing page views. We've got a landing page. We're going to be putting that URL into Facebook here. So we want the landing page views versus just a click. A click means they clicked on a landing page link. We want those people that have gone, they waited for the link to open up, and that's when they saw name, email, and phone number, but failed to put their contact information in there. So let's do landing page views. Cool. Cost control is optional, leave it alone. And you're on to the next, which now we're going to go from ad set to the ad itself. So click next. Okay, here we're at the ad, and the ad name is already in there for us. Facebook's giving us a couple of recommendations to do a carousel ad. That's more than one picture, and we're not going to do that. So the next thing under the naming it is identity. You must have a business page. So here we are. My business page is the Marino team at First Centennial. If you're the realtor, you would have something called the Ronaldo Ruiz realtor page. It's your business page within Facebook. So again, if you have more than one business page, there's a drop down and you can figure out which one it is that you're supposed to pick. I also have an Instagram account, so these ads will run not only in Facebook, but they'll run in Instagram. You can log in here and put your Instagram account in here. Facebook does own Instagram, so it's very easy for them to place it in both places. All right, so now we're into the ad setup. And we're going to create an ad. We're going to use a single image. Very cool. And what we're going to do is we're going to add media. Add media means we're going to add the image. So I'm going to click add the media. I'm going to add an image. And it takes us to the Facebook library, okay? And within the Facebook library, it'll show us pictures that you've uploaded. It'll show you which ones are not eligible for, they're not the right size. This one here is the front of the 1160 Biscayne Court. So let's click on this. If you don't have the front of your home of your listing in your library, you click upload up here in the upper left corner. It will then say, show me where the picture is. So you'll go over to wherever you saved the picture. On your C drive, under pictures, under a certain folder, click on the front of the house, and then there'll be an upload button. You click upload, and it will upload into your Facebook library. So this one's already been preloaded, so let's hit next. And it's basically showing me how I could, how it's going to look if it's square, if I do it vertical, if I do it horizontal. I'm not going to change it. I like the original way it looks. So I'm just going to leave this alone. Hit done. Okay. And it starts to show me, it says here that my ad is going to go into 14 different places. That's pretty good. I would like to see it in Facebook feeds. That's the mobile news feed. Let's see here. I'm trying to get to the desktop. I guess that's, I should tell you what I'm trying to do. And again, here, it says the media is going to be in all these different places. If you did not want it in one of these places, I mean, I like the right column, right side for it to show up in, and I like it to be in feeds, different feeds. Desktop being my favorite. Mobile, because a lot of people use their phones. So absolutely. Or you can even turn this into a video that Facebook will ask you to upload different pictures. So it's very powerful. But for today, let's just leave it as is. It's going to go into our desktop and into mobile feeds and right column. Now, the key down here when you're doing an ad, the headline is what is below the picture, and the primary text, the primary text is what's above the picture. So again, remember we talked about here that we want the number of bedrooms and bathrooms. So this happens to be a 4-bedroom. .5 baths. And we wanted to let them know the location in Aurora, Illinois. Okay, so far so good. Now let's go find something sensational to say in the second line. So in the second line, let's go over here to agent marketing. And let's go look at this property website. So I go over here to the property website. Under the property website is a great description. It says it's stunning, elegant, full of upgrades, move-in ready in this exquisite brick and cedar home. Okay. We might shorten this once we put it into Facebook, but let's grab this. Let's copy it. Let's go back over here to our Facebook ad. Let's drop down a line and let's put in this part of the copy. I think it's going to be too long because, again, remember, the third thing is I want the click learn more button up here because, again, people, when they see the see more button, some will click it, some will not. I want the click learn more, which learn more will be down here underneath the photo. I want them to click learn more because behind that learn more button is going to be your landing page, which they're going to be asked for their name, email, and phone number. Those that fill it out, you're going to help. Those that don't fill it out is going to go into your custom audience. So we're going to go, let's see if we can't shorten this a little bit. And again, we might even be able to move it up to. So let's see what happens now when we go to the next part, because again, we might shorten it up even more. Because I can take out brick and cedar. And let's now go to the click learn more, which is below the picture, for more pictures, virtual tour, and price. Now, again, do you notice here in the preview, it says click learn more for. I want to make sure that I get this for more pictures. So I'm going to shorten up that second line. Take out the move-in ready. So far I'm getting most of what I want. Click learn more for more pictures, virtual. And again, we could just even say full of upgrades. We know that this is a home already. So if we go going through this process so you guys can see how you need to tailor, modify your ad so that it is welcoming and you're getting them to do what you want them to do. First off, somebody has to be interested in real estate. You're letting them know it's a 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath. It's in Aurora. Okay, so it's in the western suburbs. You got to be interested in that. It's full of upgrades. Great. If you want to see more than just this front, you're going to have to click learn more for more pictures, the virtual tour, and the price. Cool, we've gotten what we need to do. Now, what I would do is I would then at least double space down under primary text, and I would go back to my agent marketing, to the website, and I would copy the description. Copy as much as the description as you like. Let's go back to our Facebook ad, and let's paste. And we should then see the see more button. If they want to learn more about it, great. But in case they're impatient, okay, cool. You see where it says see more? I don't mind it saying see more. If they never click it, I'm fine with that. I want them to click the learn more button. Now, our goal is that learn more button gets us leads. So primary text, I'm done with. Then let's go to the headline. The headline is down below here. And if we go back to our cheat sheet a little bit, remember this one here, where we had the ad. It had the little see more, click learn more, but it says click learn more to see this needle in a haystack. Okay, so let's go back over here to our Facebook, and on the headline, we're going to say click learn more to see. I like when I'm doing ads, I like my first letter of each word to be capitalized, to see this beautiful spell it right. Beautiful. Move in. Ready. Home. Notice down here in our preview, we have too many characters. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to click learn more. That's the important thing, to see this beautiful home. And you can put an exclamation point if you like there. Great. Short, simple, sweet, to the point. Now, description is optional, leave it alone. Now it says, tell me the destination. And so the website URL goes here. This is your landing page. What is our landing page when we have a listing? It's the property website. We pasted the pixel inside of it. So leave here, go back over here to agent marketing. This is the website. Up here is the name of the website. Copy it. Go back over here to your ad within Facebook and paste. Very cool. And if you want, you can click preview the URL and it'll take you to the landing page, and you can make sure that it's going where you want it to go. Then it says, what kind of button do you want down below? I love learn more. It defaults to learn more, but you have other buttons that you can call it, like get an offer, get a quote, listen now, get access, request time. So there's all sorts of cool buttons. I like learn more. Languages, you can add different languages if you like. Here's tracking. Now this is kind of cool. Facebook is saying, hey, I see the Glen Marino pixel inside this landing page that you pasted in this URL, this landing page. I see the pixel. You have a green light. Otherwise, you would have either a yellow or a red triangle here that says, hey, you're missing the Facebook pixel. Only if I purposely don't want the pixel in there, I would say okay, and I would leave it yellow. But Facebook's going to warn you that you're running an ad without a pixel each time that you do an ad. This is all great. It looks good to me. And what I would do is I would then hit publish, and you would then have this ad running for the next 7 days. So kind of a cool thing. Now, if anybody has any troubles with this, obviously give me a call, a text, an email, and I can help get you unstuck. But let's go back to the agenda. Now we're going to do is let's look at the remarketing. We ran the ad. It's now a week later. It's now 2 weeks later. And we've got people in our custom audience. So what I do is I think of baseball on the 4 bases. Home plate is the first ad that we just created. I've got like 1,400,000 people that are going to see the ad, or I shouldn't say not all of them are going to see it because I didn't spend that much money, but my pool is 1,000,004. The pixel is inside the landing page. And so like I say, a week later, I can do remarket ad number 1. Second week, I can do remarket ad number 2. Third week, remarket ad number 3. Now, tip, when you run a remarketing ad, put all of your related custom audiences into your remarketing ad. 200 becomes 400, becomes 600 as you market new listings. What am I saying there? If I'm a realtor and if my business plan says I would like to do 2 listings every month, I want 24 listings. What if, and think out loud with me, what if you guys did, every time you did a listing in the MLS, you had an agent marketing free account and you had it automatically set up to create a property website for you. So you didn't have to do really anything, create the property website. Or you're in what's called the Elite program and you're having a virtual assistant at agent marketing create the property website for you. Okay, so it's now been created. And all you've got to do then is go to the edit pencil, the info pencil, and click website, go to pop-up form, require it, and hit save. So now you've got a landing page. And if it's capturing, if now you're going to do a Facebook ad and you capture on average 200 people in a custom audience per listing, what is 200 times 24 listings that's in your business plan? Your business plan says I'm going to do 2 a month. I'm going to do 24 in a year. 24 times 200. Is that not something like 4,800 people that will be in an audience, in audiences, because each one will be a separate audience. So you'll have 200 in, let's say, 123 Main Street. You'll have another 200 in 456 Main Street. You'll have another 200 in 8910 Bumblebee Lane. But what I'm saying to you is when you run remarketing ads, if you have 2 custom audiences, if you have 10 custom audiences, if you have 24 custom audiences, put them all into the remarketing ad. Because all these people had an interest in real estate at one time. And maybe it wasn't their time. Maybe they were still working on credit. But now they get another ad in front of them from you, and they start to wonder, maybe this is the time. Maybe I should contact Ronaldo. So I want you to understand that that's a great tip here to put all of your custom audiences into your remarketing ads. So now let's see how we capture leads in a custom audience from the 9, well, let's not move on to the 9 landing pages yet. Let's finish this off. So we've got a ad that we would run, and I'm just going to show you an example of one. Remember this is the remarketing worksheet. And let's do it a little differently. Let's look at this remarketing worksheet. It was, the address of the property was here. The selling price was $165,900. There was $1,004,000. It happens to be the same size as what we're currently doing with 1160 Biscay. This one reached 3,477 people. There was 503 people that clicked to the landing page. Very cool. And it cost us $34.93. Not bad. So then what we're going to do is when we remarket to the 503 people, we now have them in that. Remember, we had that custom audience, and Facebook says it's less than 1,000 people. So how do we know that there's 503 people? When we go over here to Facebook, and when we go over here to, let's go back to Facebook. And when we go to Ads Manager, we're waiting for Facebook to move for us. There it is. What I want to show you is the results of previous ads. That how do we know how many people have landed on our landing page, on our where the pixel is. So once we get Ads Manager to load here, let's go to a previous ad. And what I do is up here where it says the date, I go to lifetime, meaning I want to see what has it been over the lifetime of the ad. So what I'm going to do is, here is an ad. We called it 1160 Biscay website attendees. And do you notice the results? It says there was 1,430 landing page visits. So Facebook's telling me how many. And again, if it's less than 1,000, I would not see that number under custom audiences. But Facebook tells you under Ads Manager, you go to the name of your ad and it'll tell you how many people are there. You then can use that on your worksheet to put that in here and then design an ad. And here's an example of a remarketing for a listing. So if this is a remarketing for a showing, you know, she got 503 people. Okay, it only takes one person to buy it. I might do this if the house had not sold yet in a week. In today's marketplace, some of them are selling within a week, but it hadn't sold. I might do another one that says diamond in the rough, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths in Dalton. When you do the remarketing, I would take the landing page off. I would turn it off. Remember, we went to website, we went to pop-up. It said none, optional, required. I would go back to none because I don't want to stop them from seeing the photo gallery. I don't want to stop them from seeing the virtual tour. I don't want to stop them from seeing anything on that property website. So diamond in the rough, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths in Dalton for only $165.9. For all the pictures, the virtual tour, click, and we're giving them this would be the name of the website. But more importantly, after they look at it, if they want to schedule a private showing, they can click Learn More. The Learn More button's down here. Click Learn More to schedule your showing. And we once again created a landing page, and I'll show you what that looks like. Again, go back to last week's class to learn how to create these free landing pages. It takes you all of 5 minutes. But this is what it looks like as far as the landing page. If someone were to click and say, yes, I'd like to schedule a private showing, this is what it would look like. You would have the address of the property, 1160 Biscay. I want a showing. It's easy to get started. Fill in your information so that we can schedule your private showing. Name, email, phone number, click submit. And once again, you're just reiterating some of the highlights of the property. 4-bedroom home for sale in Stonebridge, stunning, elegant, full of upgrades, move-in ready. Schedule your private showing today. So again, this would take you all of 5 minutes if you follow the directions given in the previous class. Let's assume that it did sell and I got 503 people in a custom audience. What are you going to do with them? They're looking to buy, right? So again, going back to this remarketing worksheet, I would go then for if it say it sells in the meantime, I'm under contract. I got 503 people. My remarketing number 2 might be, hey, would you like to consider buying a home for as little as 1% down? Remarketing number 3, my strategy might be, if given $10,000 today, would you consider buying a home tomorrow? Click the learn more button to find out more. So again, I've got 503 people that had an interest in real estate that went so far as to click on my learn more button to see pictures and virtual tour, but didn't fill it out. I mean, it's not like they were in the marketplace to look at cars or boats. They were looking at real estate, and you're in the business of selling real estate. Why wouldn't you want to communicate with 503 people? My point is that's only on one listing. If this realtor then had 24 listings, wouldn't it be kind of cool? And I'm being conservative saying 200, she had 503. What if the next listing, she has another 200 people? And her next listing, she has another 200 people. So your databases of custom audiences continue to grow. It's 503, it's 703, it's 903. You get to add all those people when you do your next Facebook ad. Instead of saying, when it gets to the audience section of the Facebook ad, do not use create a new audience. The button next to it says use a saved audience, use an existing audience. In fact, it even says use a custom audience. And there's no limit to the number of custom audiences you can put in there. So if you have 3, 10, 24 of them, put them all in there. You're talking real estate. You're talking real estate to them. I'd much rather talk to 4,800 people that had an interest in real estate than talk to no one. So what I'm saying is your listings are a very great ground for developing leads and for you to be able to talk to them through subsequent remarketing ads. So use this worksheet to go around the block with these people and see what their level of interest is. The great thing about Facebook custom audiences, they never expire. So if you go all the way around the block with one ad, with a remarketing ad 2, remarketing ad number 3, and deal with those people that click through and want more information. They want to work with you now. And let's just say it's a handful of people. Well, you still got hundreds of people that next quarter take back out the custom audiences and start talking to them. Oh, by the way, you're into a new year and you're going to get another 4,800 people in custom audiences. So now you had 4,800 from the year before, 4,800 from this year. That's 9,600 people. I kind of would like to do that. I'd like to talk to people that have a level of interest in real estate. So you should be doing the same. Let's go back to our agenda real quickly. We're almost done here. So when we looked at custom audiences, now what I want to do is I want to capture leads in a custom audience from one of the 9 landing pages in Agent Marketing. Remember I used the 90 things report as the example? Well, let's capture those that landed on that landing page but elected not to fill it out. It allows you to capture seller leads because again, the 90 things report is the 90 things you shouldn't neglect when thinking of selling your home. So if I click learn more that I want that free report, I must be thinking about selling my home. So Again, you're going to review the 4 steps in the schematic for creating the Facebook ads. You're going to create the landing page in Agent Marketing. Again, creating the landing page. See the last class on how to create it and see the Jake Kilt's landing page in Agent Marketing. And I can show it to you again. Again, you go over here to Agent Marketing, and you go over here to Leads, and you go over here to Squeeze Pages, and you go over here to 90-step report. This is the landing page. Read this free report. Discover the 90 things you can't afford to neglect when selling your home. It's easy to get this free report. Just give me your contact information and hit submit. So again, inside this, if we go back to the Squeeze page itself, if we look at the options, this is where you would paste the HTML code. So I would go where you would paste the Facebook pixel. So once again, I'd go to my agenda. How do I get to my Facebook pixel? Okay, I go to the events manager, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to install it manually. I'm going to copy the code and I'm going to paste it here, and I'm going to hit save. Very cool. And with that, when I then do a ad on this, I now have a landing page with the pixel in it, and Facebook will tell me how many people went to my landing page. Facebook doesn't know whether they filled it out or not. It's how many people went to the landing page. That's how many people are in the custom audience. That's how many people are potential sellers in the future. And what you're going to do is you're going to remarket. Remember going around the baseball field? If I got hundreds of people that clicked on, I want that 90 things report, but they didn't all fill out the landing page. My remarketing number 1 might be, do you realize that people are receiving whatever it is today, 100, 102, 105% of asking price? Do you realize that interest rates are at a very low point, and that it's making homes more affordable? This is a great time to be thinking of selling your home. If you want to tell them about low inventory, and that it happens to be a seller's market, and that you can most assured, you most likely will get your asking price. Click learn more, for me to contact you, so that we can talk about what's the best way to position the outside of your home for the best curb appeal. And I'll come inside and let's do an analysis of what we need to do to give the inside the best opportunity for receiving the highest sales price. So again, you've got all sorts of opportunities here. Just be creative in your remarketing ads. But in every time you do a Facebook ad, even if it's a remarketing ad, you create a landing page so that people can reach out to you with their name, their email, their phone number, and say, yes, contact me. I want to learn more, or I want to go to the next step with you, or I want a free consultation. I want a one-on-one with you. You can state all that stuff in your ad. You can state that in your landing page. Okay. I hope that this has been helpful and beneficial to you, because again, if you follow those 4 steps in the schematic, you're going to create the landing page. You're going to put your Facebook pixel inside the landing page. You're going to create that custom audience for 180 days. Then you're going to create the ad. A couple of reminders. Remember, your agent marketing account can be set up to create your property website automatically when you sync it with your MLS number. Or you can give the MLS number of your listing, not your personal MLS number, but your MLS number of your listing, to your virtual assistant in agent marketing, and they can create the property website for you. Where you can find that, and I'll send this out to you guys, is under the Elite program. It's $35 a month. And what agent marketing will do for you is they will not only create property websites for you of your actives, your FSBOs, your solds, your expireds. If you want to go after expireds, they'll do the expireds. If you listen to my class on that, if you want to go after FSBOs, they'll create those for you. They will, they'll help you create and post your virtual tours onto your YouTube channel. Again, huge benefit by putting video in your name, in your channel. If you're doing 24 listings this year, you should have 24 videos in YouTube. It's only going to make you much more visible because, once again, Google owns YouTube. And when somebody puts a query into Google and you've got 24 videos as the answer to their query of a realtor that does business in Naperville, and you've got 24 videos, virtual tours of homes in Naperville, Google's going to say, go to this person's channel, go to this realtor's channel. This is, they specialize in Naperville. They will post any active listings in 3 social media platforms. So once you have a listing, they'll post it into your Facebook, into your Twitter, into your Instagram. They'll also do on a monthly basis 2 social media general posts. It doesn't hurt to have you being branded in the Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. They'll also create a personal website for you, and they'll help you create landing pages, just what we've been talking about. So they'll help you set up your lead management system to stay connected with your clients, which means it's a CRM. They'll help you upload your database and help you set up campaigns to send out constant reminders to your clients. So again, I bring that to your attention because for $35 a month, you've got an assistant that's going to help you with quite a bit of your marketing. And then last but not least, please contribute to the Marino team's success. Send your buyer leads to Tony Marino, the branch manager of Centennial Mortgage. Tony can be reached at 847-804-1059, or his email is t.marino@gofcm.com. We'd also ask if this has been beneficial to you, that you would go to tinyurl.com/the Marino team review and give us a Google review. We always appreciate great reviews. I thank you for your time. If you need help or assistance, call, text, email me with any questions. Does anybody have any questions at this time? If so, please unmute yourself. While you're doing that, I'm going to look in the chat box. Sharon points out, fabulous, Glenn. Thanks so much. Patty Crow, great information. Would I be able to see that recording of last week and today's? Absolutely. If you once again go to the gmarino.valuedlender.com, and again, I'll show it to you. If you go to gmarino.valuedlender.com, and if you go to the recorded realtor marketing classes, last week's class is right here, 7A, how to get seller and buyer leads using the post and landing page. This will teach you how to do landing pages. Today's class, even though it was a previous class, is covered right here. So you can do both of these if you're looking to look at last week and this week's class. I also will send out to everybody who attended today the handouts so that you guys have the agendas and the cheat sheets and the worksheets and samples of remarketing ads. But this is good stuff. I think what you got to do is look at it as being, how fast can I get a property website created once it's in the MLS? Spend $35 a month and have, Hillary up at Agent Marketing be your virtual assistant and create all that for you. I think it's a great use of your time and your talent. You guys are talented at selling homes. Let the professionals do your property websites. So without further ado, I'll let you guys go. No other questions. You've been great today. Thank you for your time and your attention. Everybody have a great weekend.